Where's the fucking streamer? Well, that's where I'm going to call it. Got the stream. I don't know if I call them. Japan, round number 4. No one's going out yet. As I say that, one of the Red Bulls coming out. Jinx. Yep. An out lap. Followed by 2 Alpines. Who are currently racing for X Esports. Everyone seems to be coming out. The Red Bull Jinx is going to be the first one for a lap. There's only one DRS zone here at Japan, so it's not like going to be the easiest track for overtaking on. There's only really two or 3 points, but yeah. Few people on out laps. As we'll go with Jinx. He's going to start a lap soon. Jinx. Come and start his lap on the main straight. DRS activated. As he comes on the main straight. About 200 mile an hour. Into turn 1. Nice and easy on the throttle. Into the S's he goes. Taking it nice and smooth. We don't want to lose the rear and up in the wall. As he comes into 10-8. And it's looking like an alright lap for Jinx up to now. As he comes up to 10. Tricky. Little hairpin here. Takes it nicely in gear 3. As he comes down the second straight. Full throttle, 8th gear. No DRS down here, so it's just hope for the best. Into 130R he comes. As that driver looks to block him, it was close, he didn't get taken on that one. As he comes on the final corner to set a lap time of 126.7. And the next time to come across the line is McLaren. The Shadow sets at 127.4. Jonas, his teammate, sets at 127.3. Ferrari goes P2 with 27.1. And still 14 minutes, give or take. No jug. P2. They're all starting to come across the line now. Spot Mad 128.0. Next across. The Red Bull 127.8. And the Haas. Reggie is going to set a lap on the mediums. On the 120 for sugar. Bit 127.9 on the mediums. Who's next? It looks to me as the McLaren of Roger. Has validated his lap, so now him as Frankis here, we got Frankis. Sector purple, sector 1. Going 10-11, starting into sector 2. And he's gonna come into 10, 13 or 14, which is a bit like Hungary. Double, left-hander, sorry, right-hander. Into the second straight, full throttle. A lot of traffic up here. Done well to navigate with the traffic. Into 130R he comes. Into the chicane. Paddle down. Into the final corner. Set a lap time of 126.8 for Frankis in the Aston Martin. It wasn't set a lap yet. It's the Haas. There's a lot of lap. Frank's done a nice little job there, but no one's taking Jinx's pole, provisional pole from him. Yeah, everyone coming back into the pits now. What's going on? Yeah, I think the Aston Martin's run out of petrol. Yeah, guys, as I said, it's my first commentary in here and first commentary solo, so yeah, dry race as well, so it's going to be all about the pit stops, I'm assuming, because it's a difficult track to overtake on around here. That's Rogers on out there. Sport Magnon out there. Yeah, it's a very fast flowing track in Japan. Lots of tricky corners. It's a good corner to it's a good track to race in the whole Japan. As Roger's going to start his lap down the straight, hitting again about 205, 204 mile an hour into turn 1 he comes. Keeping it nice and steady on the throttle. Up he goes into the S's. Sliding the car beautifully around there. Grip into the track. Up into 10, 8 and 9 he comes. There's a 5-place grid penalty for GSP Crowley in the Mercedes for illegal blocking. As Roger sets a purple sector 1 as he comes into tyres 10-12. Going to 10-12, getting out. Haas is getting a bit in the way there as he comes around 10-13 and 14 down the straight. Full throttle, no traffic in his way. Up he comes to 130R, which is just going to be flat out, sticking to the track like glue. Into the last few corners. Into the last corner to start a lap time of 127.4 for Roger in the McLaren, which does put him in the points currently. as Reggie is going to start his lap. Who's going to finish on the laps? As Vapor Shadow has retired. I'm not sure what's happened there, but yeah, not a clue what's happened there, but Vapor Shadow has retired on the track. As Thomas soon to start his lap. Currently 2/10 away from pole position. Hoping he can improve his lap time here and try and push for that pole position, which in a track like this is so key because overtaking is not exactly the easiest around this track. Out with the S as he comes. Purple sector 1/100th up on his previous time. Watching the Mercedes don't get in the way too much. Into 8 and 11, sorry. Through 12, 10, 12. Full throttle. Picking his braking point absolutely perfect here, or you can lose a lot of time. As his cars just sticking to the ground. Using all the track as well there. Down the second straight. Of course, no DRS in this straight. Oh, there's a DRS detection point. And into the chicane he comes. Round the final corner to set a lap time of 126.9 for Thomas. It puts him P3 currently. Can Jug do anything about that? With a low DRS. Don't think he can. Red Bull. Jug, sorry. Has gone pole position with a 126.6, and there is currently 6 minutes left of the session. The Alfa Romeo comes round to start his lap, hoping he can push a bit higher. As his teammate is in the pits, and the Aston Martin of Frank Cisco's pole at 126.4. The times are coming down here in Japan. Yellow flag in sector 2, I think that's just him getting out of the way. Yeah. Or is it spun or something, I don't know. What can Jinx do? He's on a lap now. He's just started his lap. His pole position has been taken away from him at the minute. But can he make that Red Bull back up to the top? Out of the S as he comes. Up into turn 7. Into turn 8. Picking his braking point nice and perfect. And he is currently a 10th up on his time. Which would currently put him P2. There he comes. Sticking to the track lovely. Down one of the straights. Sorry, not down one straight. Into the 10, 13 and 14. Now he's going down the straight. Picking the right hand line perfectly. Up into 130, here he comes. Sticking to the ground. Like glue. Into the chicane. Into the pits he comes. Gio, what can Gio do? The ORT driver, who currently have 0 points in the championship as it stands, going into Japan. NLR cooking. NLR cooking, yeah. P1, P2. As a Ferrari from the pits as well. Is anyone actually on a genuine lap? No. Sport Mad? No, he can't be on a lap. Yeah, a few out of laps. as the Haas of Reggie, who is driving for the Relentless Esports team. It's going to start his lap now, and away he goes on the main straight. See what the Haas can do. Into turn 1 he comes. Trying to use all the track but not go too far and use track limits, which can be a problem for some drivers if not being careful into the S's. Can't speak. Up he comes, up the hill. He's to the double right-hander pretty much. Up into 10-10 and it's 10-11 now, which is very difficult to get straight after going into 10-10. Does it absolutely beautifully. Comes around 240 and up he comes into 10-13 and 14. Practically using the sim for the whole way through. Now on to the second straight. Might be able to get a little turf on the Mercedes up front. And into 130 area, comes off the set in a pair pull sector 2 with 9/10 up at the minute. Reggie's having an absolute flyer of a lap. The sector 3 comes through the final few sectors. He's going to set a lap time of a 1:26.9, which puts him P5 at the minute with 1 minute left, so everyone will be on the last runs as Jinx is on his run. Of course, the provisional pole sitter for most of the qualifying session, but is now getting out qualified by both the NLR drivers, which is a right good performance for their team. Up he comes through 10-9 into 10. Going in through 10-11. Through he comes. No traffic up ahead of Pat for AlphaTauri, which shouldn't be an issue. Through 10-13 and 14 he's coming. Down the second straight. Up to 130R he comes. There's a purple sector 2 with 2/10 up on his previous best lap. As Indian and Alfa Romeo finishes qualifying. As everyone is on a lap now. As Jinx, can he push for pole position? He's going to get P2 as it stands with a 1:26.4. However, the Mercedes is not on a lap. As Red Dow comes through, and so does Reggie, who is going to box, I think, Ferrari of Gio. What can Gio do? As he goes P6 with 1:26.9. As we see Thomas, who has invalidated his lap, has invalidated his last lap. As now everyone is. It looks like pole for Francis, unless the Mercedes can do a stellar job. What has invalidated his lap? Sorry, I didn't say that. Well, that's Nark, and Nark goes P8 with a 1:27.1, and that is qualifying done. Frankis, the NRL driver, is on pole position in Japan, followed by Jinx and No Jug, and just waiting for the GSP driver to come into the pits, and yeah, qualified over. crazy qualifying. Yep. Good qualifying there for everyone. As we see the final overall qualifying results, and it is Francis on pole with the Aston Martin with a 126.4, followed by Jinx with a 126.4 as well. Only 100th separating them, followed by No Jug, Thomas, Reggie, Gio, Crilly, Mad Jonas, and Indine, who finished for top 10. And outside of the top 10, you got Roger, Shadow, Dow, Noski, Bell, the ORT driver Roger, Sport Mad, who brings up the rear. And we'll be back for the race. As of course, the race is a 50% race, so will be roughly 30 plus laps. Yeah, dry race, so drivers will be looking to be pushing them medium to hards. I'm assuming the strategy will be. So yeah, let's see what the race can bring. Yeah, so we're just waiting for the drivers to sort the strategies, put final adjustments to what setups they can do. Yeah, what to say is the CPI team in the Red Bull are currently leading the championship, followed by NLR and VMV and XE Sports, followed by DKMN, then ASAC, Relentless, OIT and Rinse, all at the bottom three. So the formation lap should be on. No, it's not on. Straight away we go. 5 lights are on. And we're going. Let's get a good start. It's 10-1 they come, and Francis is still leading. And is everyone clean through 10-1 and 2? Yeah, everyone's clean through 10-1 and 2, as Francis has still got the lead, as Reggie is up. And where we go. As Thomas is down 2 positions. It's a horrible start for Thomas and the McLaren. As we go through. And everyone's looking clean so far, which is good to see. As the Alpha Tower at the back of Bell has spun. Bell has spun at the back. And so is Gio. Gio's gone. Not there. Oh, he's spun, sorry. It's a nightmare start for Gio and Bell. As Jinx looks to pressure Francis up front. As Francis, of course, there's no DRS over the straight, so it's just pure slipstream. As Jinx, look, he's going on the outside of 130R, and he goes wide. He's behind Francis. And everyone is still racing as we go across the line for lap 1. And of course, no DRS till 2 laps. So yeah, Francis still leads the race. Followed by Jinx, No Jug, Reggie, Thomas, Shadow, Mad Jonas, Indian and Crowley all wrapping up the top 10. And as everyone is just starting to pull away from each other, as The gap is nearly a second between Franks and Jinx. But can No Jug make it a 1-2 for the NLR team? As you see what he can do, of course, it'll be DRS next lap. And of course, we can now have a look at the tyres. As we've seen, most of the grid split between mediums and hards, apart from Shadow, who has decided to go for the soft compound tyres, which is a bizarre one to me. As Jinx is just holding on to that, just below the 1 second gap, so he should be able to get DRS in the next few laps. The DRS is now enabled. As I say, that DRS is now enabled. As Dow gets past the Ferrari. Oh, sorry, no, I don't know what's happened there. One of them's going past one of them. Great commentating there. As Roger comes into the pit again. As the gap, as the top three are now leaving Reggie with a 1 second, less than a 1 second gap, sorry. So as the top three are really not changing the tempo of this race. As Roger might be getting a lap soon. As Jinx is all over the back of top three. Practically wheel to wheel as Franks nearly loses the rear and spins. As Jinx with DRS pound the Alpha. There's Jinx at 2:10 gap to Frank. As nearly loses the rear. Jinx is pushing as hard as he can and he's nearly putting it in the wall. That could leave No Jug, sorry, to maybe take that P2. He's all over the back of the Red Bull. As Francis is practically gone now. Reggie's just keeping his nose in there. Waiting for maybe something to happen. As this is a great race at the minute for NLR. P1 and a P3. No penalties up to now, which is great. We see the position changes, and currently it is Mercedes who's made up the most positions, and he's made up only 3 there. So no real great. Oh, sorry, Shadow in the Alpine has made up 5 places. With the soft tyres are obviously started well, and yeah, might go off. So will go off soon, which could be a problem. So. Yep. As the leaders are just starting to the top 5. We're starting to pull away a bit now. A Shadow nearly loses his leg. Oh, why do I keep doing that? Jesus. Can Jinx make the move into P1? I don't think he can, but Shadow has spun it. Shadow's spun. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. He just seems to be pushing a lot, and them tyres, as you know, the tyres in Japan, they eat them for breakfast. They just go off so quick. And he's lost down to P15 now. We take our attention back to the front where it's all below 5/10 between the gap. His Jinx is all over the back of Francis. What can he do? Can he make a move into the S's? As he chooses to stay behind the Aston Martin. There's not much going on up front as Crowley is moving up the field even more as he looks to put the pressure under Mad Jonas. Mad yellow flag, and Shadow's lost it again. His tyres will be gone now. His tyres are going to be, it's going to be like driving on the ice. It's going to be horrible as Bell comes out of the pits. Retire attention back to the front as Jinx is absolutely putting Francis under pressure. See what he can do. As they all come into 130R. As Reggie still keeping him with the hard tyres, he'll come into play in a few laps time, I imagine. DRS for Jinx. What can he do? As they all seem to keep the same position going into turn 1. As he goes wide, he gets a 3-second time penalty, and Jug goes through into P2. That's a good, I say good overtake, but that's what happens when you keep on the back of somebody, make a mistake, and through you go as a yellow flag in sector 1. I'm not sure who that is for. I think it's Shadow again. As now, NLR do have a 1-2 here in Japan. With Jinx having a 3-second time penalty, which dropping down to P5. Which, yeah, we're dropping down to about P5. And Reggie goes through on the Red Bull, but the Red Bull's coming down the inside and gets opposition back. And that is close there from the Red Bull. And he loses the podium altogether. As now the Aston Martin or the NLR team will look just to pull away now and leave the rest of the people in the dust. As we had 7 laps for 27. As Gio gets past the Alfa Romeo. But Jinx. Oh, I've done it again, lads, sorry. As no joke might actually put pressure on his teammate. As Reggie is still all over the back of Jinx. However, will get the podium as it stands. However, there is still 19 laps to go, so literally anything could happen. As we just see not much happening now. It's just everything's starting to just slow down a little bit now, as the drivers will be looking to pit in soon, I imagine. As Sportsman gets a penalty, I'm not quite sure that was for. Should have a check. Quite missed that. Multiple warnings. Just don't count Reggie out for this win. If he can clear Jinx, he's on the hard compound tyres, which should be coming into its own now. And Jinx is all over the back of No Jug, which a lot, don't I, lads? Could. But yeah, that 3-second time penalty is going to absolutely ruin Jinx's chance. Oh, that was close from Jinx as he looks to go around the outside of No Jug, and he's all over the back of him. What can he do? It's 10, 13 and 14 to go. They're all practically pushing each other through all these corners. Full throttle. Can he get the move done? Up safe here. Up to 130, out they come. Can he get it done before we go 130 out? Nope, 130 out they come, and it's over to Nick. It's still not being done, but he's all over the back of him. As he touched them, they do make contact, but nothing too severe. As really Jinx is pushing him through. As Jinx goes into the pit lane, his tyres have gone. And that sets Reggie, but Thomas gets past Reggie. LLR Thomas has done an absolute blinder and got past Reggie. And he's up to P3, and now off to the Aston Martins. I'm not quite sure if anyone can stop him because they've been absolutely a rocket ship up front, them two. But Reggie's going to do his best to get that position back. As Jinx has now come out the pit lane, and it's P12. With Vapor Shadow is still managing to drive with them tyres. He's doing an absolute great job, the ex-esports driver. As we see Roger bringing up the rear, as Bell gets another 3-second time penalty for cutting the corner. As your top 10 is Francis, No Jug and Thomas, who are currently the podium position. Reggie, Mad Jonas, Nah, Khalil, Gio, Dahl and Noski, who are in the top 10 and all scoring points on this fabulous evening or afternoon or morning, wherever you are in the world. However, we've still got our fight on for the top 4, really. Yeah, top 4 in like a separate pack. As Reggie seems to be just dropping off a bit, maybe looking after his tyres. The pit window is now open for all the drivers, really. Who do you lot think is gonna win the race? As we say that Bell has a little spin, a little moment, but gets going again. As the top 4 are just pulling away and pulling away and pulling away from Mad Jonas and the rest of the pack. As we're on lap 11 out of 27 currently, and Frank is still your leader. You would think maybe the Aston Martins will be in the same voice chat or the same pie or whatever. As Bell retires in the pit lane, he's had enough. And that is the one and only AlphaTauri driver. So that is ASAC scoring no points again. But however, currently Gio spun. It's just one. Look on the pit lane, sorry. It's Sugar's pitted. Jug's pitted. No, Jug's pitted. Jinx is making his way through the field now, back up to P8, which he is. Yeah. Gonna come. As Vapor Shadow gets a 3-second time penalty. How much is that going to cost him at the end? As now is Felina going to box. Yep, Francis comes into the pit lane. What can he do? What can the Aston Martin pit crew do? As Reggie's gone into the lead and be able to pit in a few laps. It's not a bad stop for the Aston Martin pit crew, but is it going to bring him out in front of... Let's bring him out in front of Thomas again. But is it going to bring him out in front of Jinx? Where's Jinx on the track? No, it hasn't. The undercut has worked for Jinx. And it is now, after pit stops, currently P1 for Jinx. But now we see the leaders. And Nat is doing an absolute stunning job on the mediums, having lasted 12 laps and up to P3. But we'll have to pit again, so we'll probably drop down to about P10. As Thomas gets past Sport Mad. We'll now go after Francis. There's, yeah, not a lot happening now. Just waiting for the last few pit stops to come into action. As Dari, is he coming to the pits? Yeah. Nags in the pits. Nah, sorry, I'm having a shocker today, I do apologise. Nas in the pits, it comes out P10, he's still in the points. But Dari is retired on the track, and it's a safety car. It's a safety car, so it's a free pit stop. You might see a few more drivers pitting if they've got another set of mediums left. And that's unfortunate for the Hash driver or the Relentless team, as that's a DNF for one of their drivers and the other driver is currently in the lead. But yeah, safety car and lap 14 here in Suzuka. As will Reggie box. Surely he's going to box here. Reggie's going to box. Well, Kral will he box? Yep. Matt Jones will surely box. Will Jinx box? Maybe not. Nope. So Jinx will take the lead off the Grand Prix. And we'll bring the pack back under the safety car. As No Jug is definitely pushing him along a bit. But Reggie in the Haas is still in the lead of the race. On a fresh set of mediums. And now everyone's just looking to push up to the pack. Not all that's gonna. As we see now, all the drivers starting to get back. So this is a perfect situation for your likes of your Ferraris at the back, your Shadow, your Roger. We're all absolutely miles away, but now due to the safety car, everything's slowed down a bit, so they will now have the chance to push for points. Really, we'll see 2 DNFs in 15 laps. The safety car will probably come in about lap 17 now, I reckon, due to the drivers being so far apart, but can you still do interactions on here? So a look. Yeah, thanks for all you guys tuning in today. Like I've said, I've not exactly... Well, I've never done it on my own before, so... Don't be expecting the best. If I do a Q&A, how does that work? Well, I'm not actually sure how this works, but put a Q&A up. Who will win the race? Let me know, guys, who you think will win the race. There's a safety car. Should be coming in this lap. David thinks one of the NLR boys are going to win it. It's not a bad shout, that. They have been, as the safety car is in this lap. So Reggie will just back away from the safety car, just ease it in. Beg your pardon, sorry that's. There's Reggie's gone. And Jinx hasn't reacted that well. And neither has the NLR boys. There's 10 laps to go. It's a 10-lap shootout. Anybody's race. Let's see what we can do. As Reggie still in the lead. The lead's by a solid nearly a second. That's what can Jinx do? Can Jinx put any pressure on the Reggie, the Haas? As Reggie is just pulling away. There's no jug. As Vapor Shadow, who I think has just boxed when the safety car came in. If anyone in the chat saw that, just give it a heads up, because I completely missed that one. As Gio gets past Muskie and gets to the points and will score OIC's first points of the DKMN Esports Championship. As Reggie sets the fastest lap, and he's absolutely flying up front. 1.5 seconds the gap is now. That man is on a mission, but his tyres will go off soon, so he's got to be careful not to push too hard. He's got a comfortable 1.5 second gap, so just maybe look off the tyres a bit, chill it down, as No Jug wants this win, and he's gonna throw everything at it. There's No Jug, it's all over the back of Jinx, who, like I said, that 3 second time penalty is going to cost him an absolute load. And now Reggie with 2 second gap up front. This man is really not messing about today. There's not much overtaking really happening in a minute. As everyone just seems to be stuck behind Jinx, as DRS is now enabled, so as we see, No Jug is just gonna cruise past Jinx, and now he's gonna go after Haas of Reggie, who has still got a 2 second lead. And now Franks is going to absolutely swallow him up. Again, I'm assuming. As both and our drivers seem to be on the same about pace when they're flying. Absolutely flying. A Shadow on the soft tyres, that's the fastest lap. As we see, 8 laps of the Grand Prix remaining. Do apologise, lads. I think my mic's going a bit. It's shocking, this one. It's absolutely shocking. As Thomas has retired from the session, and Francis, I've just missed him. What's happened there? Francis has hit the wall. Has he got any wing damage? I don't think he has. Oh yes, he's missing an end plate. What has happened there? Thomas and Francis have come together and they've collided. That's the same thing, right? Fucking hell. They've come together, and now Francis is down in P13. It's a nightmare for NLR. They were doing so well. They were cooking. They're absolutely cooking. But there is another safety car. Will anyone box? Yes. Jinx takes the lead of the race. What has happened there? If anyone in the chat's reading, just fill me in. There's another safety car. Jinx is in the lead of the Grand Prix. There's Reggie on the soft tyres down. Only P7 though. It's cheeky from Reggie. Cheeky. Seven laps left under the safety car still, so probably going to be in this lap. I've just gone to a different planet there, lads, sorry. Yeah, if you're liking this stream, make sure to subscribe to DKM. They're good guys, good team, and the championships run really well. Make sure you give them yeah, P5 and P6, David. They're yeah, you've currently got no points. You and Rise have both got no points. There ain't any Rise drivers today though, so I'm not too sure what's going on with them. I'm sure I'll find out. Safety cars in this lap. We got a 5-lap shoot down. 5 laps. And Jinx has gone. 5 laps. Here we go. Jinx comes on the mid straight. As everyone is everyone going to get? David don't think anyone's going to get through 10 to when 1 clean lead. There we go. As the Mercedes looks to put his front down the inside. It's all over the back of the Jinx, the Red Bull. We just need to pull away from the rest of the pack, but the Mercedes is throwing everything at him at the minute, trying to get past him. What can he do? As Jinx has still kept the lead, but Crowley as Reggie is making his way up the pack, P6. Jinx is going to go all the way down to probably... He could even drop out points if he's not careful. Yeah. Cool. It will just get points at the minute, Jinx, with his time penalty. Oh, I've done it again. As goes wide, Craig goes wide, he cuts the corner. And there's a back P3. And Matt Jonas is into P2. A Red Bull 1-3. Only have 10 things round. The CPI team are currently doing a championship of absolutely 10 race. Have absolutely turned this race on its head. Crikey. But Reggie is making his way through on the brand new set of softs. He's not out yet. Right, it's an unlucky race for Francis, who was leading the race, pole position, and leading the race, and now he's probably going to get points. His P11 is just going to pass Roger. But yeah, as Reggie gets past Krill, I actually still don't know how he says his name. As Gio gets past No Jug, but No Jug gets past Gio again, as there's a little battle going on here between the two drivers. As we see Gio going, oh, is the Alpha Male? Let's go on the outside of Gio. And No Jug. No Jug's coming back as well, as Jinx back into the lead of the race. Bit of understeer there. And Jinx is back into the lead of the race. As Frank just gets past Roger again, and DRS is now enabled. Matt Jonas is all over the back of the Red Bull, and he gets into the lead of the race with a new race leader of Matt Jonas. But Jinx is staying with him, he's over the back of him still. What can he do? Matt Jonas is going to keep my spot for now. And Sportman is fighting with that Ferrari. But the Ferrari is going to keep the place. Yes, the Ferrari is going to keep the place. As Francis is coming back up, he should be finishing in the points. As Reggie, what can Reggie do? He's about a second to Matt Jonas in front. As Sportman gets another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And Jinx hasn't managed to get past Matt Jonas yet, but Reggie is into P3. What can Reggie do? As Reggie looks to go around the outside of the Red Bull, misses the apex but looks to get back into shape, and he's going to come down the main straight with DRS. What can he do? What can he do? Looks to go around the outside. Doesn't think twice about the move. What can he do? As Reggie he's going to get P2 if he says like this. As Reggie goes down the inside of Jigs, up into P2. And now he's got a lap, well, 2 laps to get Matt Jonas. What can he do? This is exciting stuff here at DKMN. As Reggie is going to go after Alpine. He's going to give it everything. And David, it's been cleared up to now. Touch wood. 4/10 now the gap. 5/10. The gap is further closing. But Reggie is going to be faster. Goes down the main straight they go. DRS wide open for Reggie. He's going to go on the outside. He's going to get the move done. But can I keep it to 10-1? Reggie is in the lead of the Japanese Grand Prix here at DKMN. And he's looking to pull away. And that could be the win. Going to keep it clean now. As Jinx is looking to get past the Alpine of Matt Jonas. However, Jug is dropping back a bit now. And Jinx has got another 3-second time penalty, which will drop him outside the points now. He's going to go from P3 to outside the points. It's an absolute nightmare. As he's still looking to fight that battle on track. As Vapor is bringing up the rear. The shock of the race is Power Shadow Vapor Shadow. As the gap to P1 from Mad Jonas is now 6 tenths. And as Reggie comes around the final corner to start the last lap, all he's going to do is keep it on track. As the OIT driver of Rudge gets past Sportsman and Francis gets past Gio. And Reggie has practically been on the back, like I said, within touching distance, and watch for a mistake to happen, and a mistake is happening. He's now leading the race. As we're going to go with Reggie for the last half a lap. And I've got to say, I think Reggie is the driver of the day here in the commentator's driver of the day here in Japan. He's an absolutely brilliantly got that look at the safety car, but he's still come from P7 from a safety car to go to P1. He's driven it brilliantly. He opens the final sector now into 130R, and it has been a magical ride. It's going to come around the final few corners after a brilliant race. It's going to come around the final corner, and Reggie wins the DKMN Japan, and Mad Jonas in P2, No Jug in P3, Kral in P4, Nara in P5, Francis in P6 after a lucky crash, and that is all I could see for now. But yeah, like I said, my driver of the day was definitely Reggie, who, yeah. But the game's driver of the day goes to Mad Jonas. But yeah, guys. And now we see the podium celebrations of Reggie up the top step. Hopefully he don't break any more trophies. And that is the podium for you guys. And it's been an exciting race. Feel sorry for the NLR boys who got a bit lucky, who still not sure what happened with Francis, but yeah, thanks everyone for watching. And the final standings were Reggie in P1, Mad Jonas in P2, No Jug in P3, Kral in P4, Nara in P5, Francis in P6 after I said unlucky for him not to win the race, Indy in P7, and getting the first points of the season in P8 is the Ferrari of Gio, Roger in P9, Jinx in P10, who did get 6 seconds worth of penalties. And however, that's a top 10. And Rauj in P11, Noski in P12, Shadow in P13, and Sportsman, Thomas, Dari, and Bell, who have all DNF'd. And I'll be back with you guys next week. Thank you for listening and watching. And yeah, make sure to pop in for next week's.